Well, what's up, everyone? I've gotten so many messages, it's ridiculous. I don't have time for it. I mean, not that I don't want to hear from people, but the messages I want are like, I have information about the case, not what's this drama about. So let's clear the air. Let's put it out there. I've gotten so many messages that it's taken up my whole day. So, for those of you that don't know, there was a post in the Facebook group this morning speaking on behalf of the three other core members of that group. One person speaking on behalf of all three of them. I'm not so certain that that person was given permission to speak on the behalf of the others. You can address that with them. But one thing I do want to address before I get started on that. Someone had sent me a message the other day saying that someone was claiming responsibility for uncovering the documents for the septic tank thing. I haven't seen it. I haven't watched it. I don't know if it's true or not. I could almost care less. But after this morning, I kind of do care. I think I need to set some things straight with a few people and let the people make their own opinion. Now, if anyone's claiming responsibility for uncovering the septic documents, you should question them. What are their intentions? Why are they claiming this? Why are they not giving credit to the person who actually uncovered them or was part of that process or something to that effect? You'll understand what I'm saying here in a second. The reason I know that someone else did not uncover those documents is because this is not printed, and I'll see if I can show you part of it. This is real ink on here. It's not a copy. This is the original document. Same thing as these receipts right here. I think we're okay with, yep. Like this receipt right here. This is not a copy. This is the actual document. This was the payment for the 3-bedroom mobile home that Judy Watson had bought. This was her actual receipt that she paid for. This is the receipt of her deposit on it. This is real. Like my fingerprints are now on this evidence. This is her receipt showing that she actually paid for it. This is the actual document, so I know nobody else has them or uncovered them because I have them. These are the receipts for the dirt right here, right there. It's the actual receipt. This is not a copy. You can go pull the videos that I've done in the past. You're going to see it matches exactly the handwriting and everything. It's dated 14th. This was the mound dirt that was delivered the day before Dawn was last seen by Ann McQueen. This is the actual document. Nobody else out there can say they've uncovered this stuff because why? Because I have the original documents. They've not been given to anybody else. Right here, original document. We posted these in the past. There's more documents that I did not post. More documents. More documents, and these are the real documents. So if someone else is out there claiming they've uncovered the septic stuff, you should find out what their intentions are. Why would they be claiming that when they're right here? Makes no sense to me unless they're trying to get credit for something they did not do, which just seems to be the thing here lately. Documents, original documents. No one else has this stuff. Don't fall for it. All right. So here's what I was told. Someone had sent me a message about this post that was done about the group splitting up, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I have no idea. So after doing some investigation of my own, I guess the video that I posted the other day with the little airplane ride, the jet, in my description, I asked for some help. I want a different set of eyes on something. But there's another reason for it, which I'll get to it. But I asked for some help outside of the group. And I said, I need some people to help me with something. And you're going to need to ID yourself and sign a non disclosure agreement. And the reason I said that is because someone is trying to take things that I've said and use them against me. And I'm not going to put up with it. And if any of you are in these private chats, I would also get an NDA signed with people, because what is happening to me is ridiculous. So let's put it out there. Here's what I heard this morning. The reward fund was set up. The $100,000 reward fund was set up so that I could receive the reward. The reason I came out 2 weeks ago and announced on the Dancing with the Stars live stream that we've solved the case, it's a done deal, is so I could collect the reward. Now that's ridiculous. Many reasons. But for one, even if I put everything together and turned it in, and it led to the arrest and conviction of the person or persons responsible, it's not my information. All I did was took all the information from the Facebook group, people that emailed me, and turned it in. I don't have like the smoking gun. Whoever gave me the smoking gun or the information, they would be the ones to collect the reward if they wanted it. But here's the other thing. Go to the GoFundMe. All you got to do is go look up Don Lewis or Donna Pettis reward. And under creators of the reward, there's 4 people. Linda, Donna, Gail, the 3 daughters of Don Lewis, and myself. I'm one of the creators on the GoFundMe on the reward. I couldn't collect it if I wanted to. I can't now. I don't know if I legally could, but I would not go and collect or put up a reward thing and then turn around and try to collect it. That's not who I am. So for someone to sit there and tell people that I'm trying to collect the reward fund is ludicrous. I mean, that one's bad. I'm just like, that makes no sense. And here's another thing. When I had the daughters on, I had them on my channel and we were talking about this reward fund. It was not even set up yet. We were in the midst of talking about doing a reward fund. We discussed doing like 3 months or 6 months a time frame. And then if it wasn't solved, they would donate the money to a nonprofit or whatever it was. Great. But here's the thing. When the anonymous donor came forward, which I have no idea who it is, I did get a call from a blocked number. I don't know who it was, but I gave them the phone number for Donna Pettis. And I said, you need to call her because I'm not really the one doing the whole reward thing. They called her. There was attorneys involved. Documents were signed. That's all I know about it, with the exception of a few things. One of the things I know is that the reward has a 7-year expiration date. So we have 7 years to solve this case, or someone has 7 years to come forward. Now, when the daughters and I were talking before that happened, we kind of thought if we put urgency to it, someone would come forward and they wouldn't wait. But one of the stipulations from the anonymous donor was 7 years. So if someone's going to be gracious enough to do that, by all means, we're not going to sit there and go, no, we don't agree to it, because $100,000 is a lot of money. And what their agreement was is whatever isn't raised, they will cover the rest. But I know that what was said is we still need to try and raise money for the reward. So we have. Matter of fact, if you want one of these Liary shirts right here that Laura Buck has made, I'm going to put a phone number in the description. On the back, it says Justice for Dawn. All you have to do is text the phone number below. I think they're $29 or $29.95. That includes shipping, and $10 of that goes to the reward fund. So we have held up our end of the deal where we agreed, or they agreed, that we would continue to raise money for the reward fund. So we need to do that because that's one of the things that is required. So, my thought was if we ended up raising the full amount, that would be wonderful. And maybe we could get it doubled. Maybe then we could go and get more. But that's one of the agreements. That's what we said we would do. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to continue to raise money for it. But here's the thing. If after 7 years, and I hope this does not happen, but after 7 years, there's no reward paid out, the money isn't in there to be given away. The money goes back to the anonymous donor. So I think right now we've raised $12,000, which is a large amount. But this anonymous donor has promised to cover whatever needs to be covered to make the $100,000. But if it doesn't get solved after 7 years, the $88,000 or whatever, it's not there. It goes back to the anonymous donor. It's not there to be given out to anybody just willy-nilly or whatever. So when the daughters and I were talking, in the very beginning about the reward fund, they had mentioned donating it to a nonprofit or something like that. I don't know if they mentioned Jerry Mitchell or not, but they might have. I don't know if they did on my channel, but I know at some point they did because Jerry Mitchell has worked on this case also. So when they said a nonprofit, I thought that would be a really good idea. And I told my inner core people, we should set up a nonprofit for the work that we do. We set up a nonprofit. Now, just so you guys know, I don't have any notes written. This is information out of my head. I'm not reading a script or anything. And the reason I can tell these stories is because they're true. So anyway, I remember them. Anyway, I told them we could set up a nonprofit. We would need to get a board, like board members, and do a nonprofit. And we could actually get donations to help us work on cases like this. Like we could do this and actually have resources to do it. Now, how is that a bad thing? I don't think it is. But from what I understand, the fact that I said that means that I'm going to set up a nonprofit to get the reward. Because at some point, it's going to be given away to somebody or nonprofit or whatever. And the reason I said the nonprofit thing was to collect the reward. I have been offered money by many people. The family has offered to pay me to be their spokesperson for all these things. And I've told them, no. One person gave me money to donate to the memorial. And the family said, no, we don't want it. We want to pay for the memorial for ourselves. I still have the cash in an envelope. I still have it. Never been spent. I have it. I could go dump it in the reward fund if I wanted or whatever. But it's still sitting there. That's the only thing I've ever got. And it was for the memorial, but they didn't want it. And then someone sent another check for like $500. And guess what? It's still sitting on my dresser. I told them I'm not going to cash it. Donate it or do something else with it. But to think that this reward fund was set up so that I could collect it is ludicrous. I could have made tons of money by now. I promise you. I've had tons of offers. I've had so much media requests to do interviews. I've had people that make documentaries email me saying that they would love to make a documentary and tell my story and all of this stuff, and I've turned it all down. So if I wanted to make money, I could do it. And guess what? I wouldn't feel bad about it. If Nosy wanted to make money off of this, I'd be happy for her. If she could make money off of this, I'd be excited for her. If any of them, I would be. Matter of fact, I told them one time in our core chat, which this is another screenshot that I've seen that was tried to turned around and used against me. Matter of fact, I'm going to actually read what it said, because I'm not going to play this game. But let me show you. I'm just going to read what I said, because there's all of this stuff out there about here it is. There's all this stuff out there about me having some big TV deal. I'm getting cash payments from people and all this stuff, and it's ridiculous. What really makes me mad is that the person saying this stuff has worked wrongful conviction cases in the past, and they say they're against this kind of stuff for people to be wrongfully accused without any type of evidence, yet they're doing it. This is what I said, because there was a statement that I've said many times, I'm not doing this for the money. And I'm not. I'm doing it for justice. I want to be able to finish this thing, and at the end of it all, to go, I didn't do it for any money whatsoever. Now, if something happens afterwards, or I at this point right now, at this point I don't even care right now. But if someone came along right now and said, we'll offer you a TV deal, I might take it, because I'm being accused of it already, so I might as well do it. Anyway, so there was some talk in the core group about me having some big TV deal or whatever. And here's what I said. I'll just put this out there because this is how I feel, and I want to make sure you all understand why I've said certain things. I can love that family and at the same time want the Facebook group to get credit for solving the case. And on top of that, I can also want the 4 of us to be set for life for solving the case. I can want all of those things, and it doesn't matter, because what I want all of those things, because I want all of those things doesn't mean I care for the case any less. So I can want all 4 people to get something out of it when this is all said and done. There's nothing wrong with that. You should want your friends to get something for all the hard work that they've done. Then I said I would love for us to solve it and get each of us and all our kids set for life while we continue to help people who need help. There's not anything wrong with wanting all of that. And like I said, it doesn't mean we are working on the case for the wrong reasons. I know why the 3 of you have been working. Hold on. I know why the 3 of you have been working on cases, and it's for the right reasons, same as me. Like I said, I would love for the 4 of us to be able to do this on a bigger level without the struggles of scraping by and being limited. Like I said, it doesn't mean we aren't doing it for the wrong reasons. It's just an opportunity for us to help a lot more people if it could happen. This is just my opinion on things. And of course, my opinion isn't anything but mine. And if anyone disagrees, of course, I'm fine with that too, because everyone can have their own opinion. That's all. Now, someone's taken that and they've told somebody that I've said I wanted a big TV deal. But that's not what I said at all. But that's what they're saying. They've said, well, he already told us in a private chat that he wanted a big TV deal when this was all over. Well, that's not what I said. What I said is, the four of us. And I've told people, I've told producers that have called me, when this is done, I said, if anybody makes me any offers, I said, my people, my inner core people, and some of these outer core, inner core people are going to have to be involved. So they're going to have to be set up too. I've said it. I've got producers that will text me if I want them to say, yeah, he did say that. The fact that I have stood behind people and then they're going to go out and try to turn something because they're not happy with something that I did is ridiculous. Now, let me tell you why I did it. So I posted this group, or I posted in my video that I wanted a small select people to help me with the project. Now, if someone's going around telling lies about me, saying, I'm just trying to collect the reward money, I have a big TV deal already, I'm being paid cash by people and all this stuff, then by all means, I'm not going to include them in any projects that I'm doing working on the case. And I'm sure not going to share them or share with them information that if it was released to the public or some other person and it's going to hurt the case, I'm not going to do it, which is why I said I want help with a few people. There's going to be a non-disclosure agreement. And I put it out there. I'm not hiding it. I put it out there. I didn't start a new group. I just want a group of people to help me. I didn't start some new secret group or anything like that. I get all these messages, did you start a new group? No. People emailed me and messaged me, and we have conversations about some of the things that I need help with. And some of it's very sensitive information, and I don't want it out there. And if someone's taking my screenshots and trying to throw me under the bus and telling lies about me, then I'm sure not going to include that person in that group. There is no TV deal. None whatsoever. Now, if one comes tomorrow, I don't know. Maybe I would take it right now. I really doubt it. But I can tell you what, I know that there are a ton of people out there that would say, take it. If you get a TV deal, great. You deserve one. Right. We all do. Everybody that's helped on this case should get something out of it. You're absolutely right. I've spent so much time on this case in the last 6 months. And not because I had to, but because I wanted to, because there's a big injustice out there that has happened to this family. And somebody needs to help. And I have the ability to help. I have the ability to bring some people together and to get the right people in place to make something happen. But I will tell you, I will not be involved in drama. Like, this drama has no place for a group like this. None whatsoever. It's ridiculous that that the post was even made, in my opinion. But, I mean, it is what it is. So the fact that someone is saying I have some big TV deal and that's why I'm not going and doing media interviews is ridiculous. I've been on my own since I was 14 years old. I'm 50 years old. I don't have to do something because someone says they're not doing it because of this. I do it because I make my decisions on what I want to do. And if that hurts your feelings or you can't understand it, then I'm sorry. But that's your problem, not mine. But now you've made it my problem because of a post that was made. There is a time and place for certain information to come out. And I'm not going to go on all of these media shows and start putting information out to self-promote myself if it will hurt or jeopardize the mission. I'm not going to do it. I don't care who you are. I'm not going to do it. But if I want to go on a show, I'll go. I have no problem going, but on my terms. And you're not going to have people on that show with me that I don't want to be affiliated with. And I'm not even going to get into that because that's a whole nother thing. But the fact that someone's saying, I have a big TV deal, I'm being paid cash, I'm trying to collect the reward. The reward thing was set up for me to collect it. Like that's the whole goal of the reward. Is just ridiculous. I made a video on that jet, and in the description I said I want some people to help me, and you're going to need to ID yourselves. There's going to be a non-disclosure agreement because I don't want someone sharing that information with other people that I don't trust or trying to use it against them, me, or whatever. So that's why I said it, and I guess someone didn't like it. But if they don't like it, they should come to me. Not do a post and involve 5,000 people. So I will tell you, I've got so many comments of saying you're not in the group anymore. I'm sorry to hear that. I'll support you 100%, blah, blah, blah. I'm in the group. I'm in there. I mean, all someone had to do is make a post and say, actually, I could have made a post, but I didn't. I mean, someone could have just sent me a message saying, you hurt my feelings. I mean, there's so many things that could have been done, but to do this, it's not how you do things. But beyond that, the fact that I'm being accused of having some big TV thing, it's so wrong. Let's talk about a TV deal. So back in whichever month when me and Rathman did videos together, we did 2 of them. He was with me for 2 days. A producer called me from a network. I gave them Rathman's info and vice versa. I connected him with them. Now, when they called me in the beginning, I talked to them for 2.5 hours. The first time I was driving to Tampa. And what they were interested in was me helping them with the Joe Exotic case in the wrongful conviction. And I told them I've already made a promise to this family that I was going to help them in the Don Lewis case. I politely declined. And maybe it could have been a big deal. I mean, maybe there could have been a TV show out of it. I mean, obviously we know there was one now. I gave that to Rathman. I gave it to him. I was there. I handed it to him. I gave him that whole thing. And I'm happy for him. I like the guy. He's a good guy. That network, that story though, that was about Joe Exotic, and that's not what I'm doing. Yet. Or not. But right now I only have time for one case, and it's this Don Lewis case. So I declined it. A few days or the next day after Rathman was with me, he said, hey, I'm signing the deal. I'm taking the deal. Okay. Congratulations. I'm happy for him. That's wonderful. I hope he gets his own TV show out of it. I mean, I'm happy for the guy. He's a super nice guy. But that's not the case I wanted to work. And that wasn't my avenue. I've got something else planned that I want to put out there when the time is right. And my plan involves this Facebook group and all the people that have helped. That's the story. I mean, solving the case is great, but the way the crowdsourcing has come together is amazing. That's the story that needs to be out there, but it doesn't need to be out there yet. I mean, people know about it, but once the case is solved, then we've done something incredible. And I don't have to put it out there. I don't have to go on any shows right now and talk about it. Because right now, all we've done is put information together, and that's it. Like, we have information. We've gathered information, but we have not fully solved the case yet. Do I think it's solved? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. We have everything needed to solve it. But now, like these last 2 weeks, well, there was about 3 or 4 days where some other drama happened that I had to deal with. But there's enough information right now, but it has to be put together properly, which is what I've been trying to do. But today, no. Not happening today. My phone's just been going off like crazy. So I'm just going to see. I don't know what happened or when it happened, but I hate that it did. I know we are all still committed to getting justice for this beautiful family, and that's what matters. I'm keeping your YouTube notifications on. Stay safe. So I just found out that you and the girls broke up. I want to be in your group if you have one. I said, I don't have a group. And I don't. I have a Ripperjack Media Facebook page that you can join, but I don't have like a separate group. Um, like I said in the beginning, I'm not so sure that that post was actually speaking on behalf of the other two people. You might ask them. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's ridiculous because I am trying to get something done. And all of this stuff happening in the background is it's a waste of time, especially like I told a few people this morning. If I had some TV deal or I was collecting money and not sharing it with the core people, I could totally understand. I would be in agreement. I'd be like, yeah, that's horrible. But the fact that it's not happening is horrible. The fact that I'm being accused of all of these things does not sit right with me. And it shouldn't sit right with you either. The fact that someone is, I mean, really, honestly, someone is 100% certain that I'm being paid and I have a TV show, and that's why I'm not going on media and all this because of I'm being controlled by some TV show. Furthest thing from the truth. Furthest thing from the truth. Here's the thing. I'll do whatever I want to do. I don't work for anybody except this family of Don Lewis. If they don't want to go on TV, if they want to remain a private family, I'm going to respect their wishes. I'm not going to ask them to go on Good Morning America with me. I mean, it's just an endless list of people that I've gotten messages from to come on their shows. So if I wanted to make money, I could go on these shows, self-promote my channel, and do ads on every little thing and make a video every day for a 12-minute video every day. And that's how you make money on like the YouTube stuff. You got to do them every day, even if your content's horrible. People just want to see it. But it was like 2 weeks I hadn't made a video. If I was doing this for the money, trust me, I would be pumping out 2 and 3 videos a day. Easily. I've got so many documents and so much content. I can do it for a year. 2 or 3 videos a day with stuff on this case. Here's the thing though. There's information that we don't want out there yet. There's information that we don't want people to have because they're going to put it out there to the media or other people that do not need it. I'm not going to do something to jeopardize this case or justice for this family. I don't care who you are. If you're butthurt or what, I don't care. I'm not doing it. I'm not bending for you or anybody else. If the family wants to do something, I'm down with that. But I will support anything this family does. Whatever they decide, I will stand behind them 100%. If we're going this direction and they decide to go in that direction, I'm standing right behind them. Every turn they make, every hill they go up, I'm right behind them. If they need help going up a hill, I'm going to help them. Bottom line. So all this other stuff about me collecting the reward and that's why I'm doing this is a bunch of BS. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm so frustrated. I'm so heated. It's such a waste. My whole day's been wasted on this stuff. All these text messages. How are you? Hang in there. I'm like, what? What do you mean? Hang in there? Like, nothing's really changed. I mean, I'm in the group. I'm not changing the work. There's still hundreds of people that have been researching stuff behind the scenes that have given me information. Like, there's nothing different. Nothing's going to change. So, I mean, I appreciate the kind words. I do. But trust me, there's enough. There's enough information that well, there's enough information right now to do this thing. Now, I don't mean we don't need more because you definitely want to keep the bottleneck full. But there's enough right now. This thing is solved. Did I solve it? No. I don't know who did. Did the Facebook group solve it? Probably. Yeah. I mean, there's a ton of information that came from there. And once you put it all together, it paints a very clear picture of what happened. Now you just have to prove it. And that's where we're at right now. 2 weeks ago, I went and consulted with somebody who builds criminal cases. That was Tuesday. 2 weeks ago, Tuesday. I consulted them for over 2 hours. I gave them what I had. I showed them stuff. They went through it and they said, you've got everything you need. It's all right here. It just has to be put together. So then when Dancing with the Stars came on and I was talking, I said, it's solved. This case is solved. I had just been told hours before by someone who does this stuff for a living. Said, you have it all right here. It just needs to be packaged. But by me saying that, I'm being accused of trying to collect the reward fund. By me saying that in that live stream, they've turned that into he's trying to collect the reward fund. Not they, but one person. Maybe two. I don't know. One for sure. But that's ridiculous. And here's the thing. It's my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe it's not solved. I think it is. I was told by someone who puts these things together that it was. It's all right there. But it's still my opinion. I mean, it doesn't mean it's really solved, right? I mean, my opinion is this thing is solved, which I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. It's all right there. But the fact that I said that and someone's saying he did that so that he can say he solved the case to collect the reward fund, that's a reach. That's a very far reach. And then if you go back and look that I'm one of the creators of that GoFundMe, that I'm one of the 4 named, I couldn't collect it if I wanted to. And even if I did, I wouldn't. I'd donate it to domestic violence victim thing or something. I mean, it's just ridiculous that stuff like that's being said. Things that I said in a private chat are being screenshotted and sent to people because I've gotten copies of it. People are sending me the screenshots. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. And I'm like, why didn't they include the whole thing? You know, why did they leave it out? Or, like, why did they edit? Put the whole thing out there, what I really said. Don't just say, well, he said he wanted a TV deal after this was all said and done so he could make millions. That's not what I said. I read you guys what I said. Which was if something comes out of it, great. And when I said that, I talked about the 4 core members. Do I feel the same way? Who knows? I mean, I would love for, certain people to get something out of this and to be set up for the work that they've done and that they could continue to do. I would love that. I would be happy for anyone in this Facebook group to get something out of it. Why wouldn't I be? It just makes no sense to me that someone is so worried about people getting something out of this when it's all said and done. Like, I've had so many people tell me, I hope you get something out of it. I hope when this is all said and done, you get rewarded for it. I do too. That'd be great. And then I could do some serious work instead of piecing things together on a low budget. Then I could do some serious work with a whole staff of people that would be getting paid. We could pay for tons of FOIA documents and all this stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. And guess what? You can do that, and you can want good things for victims. I mean, I can do like those two things. I can do both. Maybe some people can't. I don't know, but I can. So I'm still in that group. Like, I don't know why people are saying I'm not in there. Someone just felt like they needed to say something, I guess, because I made a comment or I made a post in the video that I did saying that I wanted some help from people. And I wanted a different set of eyes to do some different work, but I also did not want people that I felt would give information away because it's too important. There's information that does not need to be out there. There's information that does not need to be out in the media that would hurt the case. And I'm not going to jeopardize it for nothing. If someone offered me $1 million to come on a TV show in the morning, no. I've already said it. I said it to my brother. I said, if they offered me $5 million, I still wouldn't go. I wouldn't go if it jeopardizes the case. I don't have to. I don't have to sell myself out like that, and I won't. I gave my word to this family that I would help do everything I can to get justice for them and their dad. And that's what I'm going to do. And if people can't understand it or they get butthurt along the way, that's too bad. That's on them. That's not on me. But here's the thing. Don't bring it out and involve a whole group of people that just want the best for this family. That's ridiculous. All right. Again, if you want one of these Liary shirts, $10 will be donated to the reward fund. And I promise you, the reward fund is not coming to me. Even if I got, like, if someone gave me the smoking gun, I'm not the person with the information. Whoever gave it to me, they're the person that had the information that led to it. If someone was involved and they come forward, they said, hey, I went there on Sunday. The crime had already happened. I disposed of the body for this person. That was my part. I don't get the reward for that. The person with the information. The tip line comes to me. If someone calls the tip line, it comes to me. I couldn't collect the reward if I wanted to. So if that person told me that, they're the person that has the information that led or will maybe to a conviction of the person or persons responsible. Not me. I'm just relaying the information. That would be like, I'm not going to compare myself to Crime Stoppers, but if people are calling Crime Stoppers and there's a reward, the people at Crime Stoppers, they don't get the reward. The people giving the information to them, that's who gets the reward, not Crime Stoppers. It's basic stuff. So between that, the TV deal, saying that I'm setting up a nonprofit to receive the reward fund or whatever. You know, the thing is, we didn't even have the reward fund set up when the daughters and I were on, when I interviewed them. I don't think, I'll have to go back and look and see, but I don't think we actually had it set up. I think we were just in the talks. But if we did have it set up, we didn't have the anonymous donor yet at that point because we were trying to raise money for it. So I don't know if we had it actually set up at that time, but we might have. I'm not sure. But it doesn't matter. I mean, those three daughters and myself were the originators of that GoFundMe. I couldn't get it anyway, but I do have a list of people who have called in on the tip line that have given good information. Any smoking guns? A while back there was one. I thought there was, but come to find out, they their timeline didn't make sense. As you start investigating some of this stuff, you start realizing, if you have all the pieces, you start kind of seeing things that don't make sense. And that's what happened with this one. I mean, this one, it was what I thought was a pretty good tip of someone who was there. But then as you look into it further, you find out that they were there in 1996, not 1997. Therefore, the story that they were telling doesn't work because they weren't there when they said they were there. So you have to go and do some digging on things. So you get a ton of those things. And I thought that was a couple of months ago, shortly after we had the tip line come out. But it's something where you kind of get excited and you're like, oh my gosh, here's someone that has some really good information. And then you find out that they lied about when they were actually there. And if they're lying about that, then they're discredited. That's the problem. If they give some information that's true, but they lie about other things, it makes it really tough. Like, they discredit themselves, and then nobody's going to believe anything they say, and that sucks. But anyway, so I'm going to go. I need to get back to work on this case, and I'm sorry for all the drama. It was not my doing. I don't like drama. I don't do drama. There's no time for drama. So you guys are smart enough to figure things out on your own. You can have your own opinions of whatever you want. I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I have mine. And I can voice it if I want, which I have voiced a few opinions today. And this is a reminder that, my YouTube channel in the comments, it's not a public forum. It's not a place where there is freedom of speech. So if someone starts saying some things in there that are false about other people, I'm not going to allow it. So, you guys can support whoever you want. I mean, everybody has the right to support whoever they want to support. But if you're going to start bashing other people, I'm just not going to allow it. That's not my place. Unless you're going to bash people that were involved in the murder of Don Lewis, I'll allow that. So, all right, did I turn that off? No, I thought I turned the mic off. All right, everybody, I guess I'm going to go. Thanks for staying here till the end. Thanks for listening to this rant. I'm sorry I even had to do it. I really am working on a project trying to get this thing to the next level where it needs to be. But that's been delayed by half a day, I guess. More than that. 2/3 of the day. Not the end of the world, though, is it? Almost 2/3. Actually, in another 2 hours, it will be 2/3 of the day. It's not actually there yet, if I'm doing my math correct. No, in another 2 hours, it will be 3/4 of the day. That's what it will be. So it's past 2/3. Not that it really matters, but I know there's people sitting here in the comments saying, whatever, lots of people say things at the very end when they know the video is ending. So I must let it go. Everybody stay safe out there. I'm Ripper, and I'm out here, but I'm not out of the group. Not yet, anyway. All right, everybody, stay safe. I'm out.